G'day! In today's video I'm going over how to install a custom TWRP recovery and a custom ROM. My preference is the Xiaomi.EU ROM on a Poco X3 NFC model. In the video I do have dramas going and installing the recovery and the ROM itself, which in there I do go over a couple of different solutions. I find it handy just to keep that in the footage, just to show that it's not always going to be a perfect installation of a custom ROM and recovery every time. Two things that are required in this video. One, you require a Windows 10 computer, which is what I'm using in the video. And two, you're required to have the bootloader already unlocked on your Xiaomi Poco X3, which I've covered that in another video, so I will leave a link in the comments or the description for that. But anyway, let's get on to the footage. So now that my bootloader is unlocked on my Poco X3 NFC, what am I going to do from here? Well, what I'm going to do is put a custom recovery on there, which there's no official TWRP just yet. There is an unofficial TWRP available, which is what I'm going to be installing. So I'll download the latest version on here, which is this one here. And I'll need to go through all these different options, downloading TWRP. So while I do both of these at once, we need to download minimal ADB Fastboot. So I'll download that now, which is what we're going to need to install the recovery. And show folder. Extract it, run it. Do we want to install the ADB setup? Yes, we do. Yes, yes. System-wide, yes please. Choose to install device driver, yes please. And trust. Finish. So from there, it would be best to give the computer a quick restart. Skip. So right now my phone here has completely unlocked the bootloader and restarted. So what I'm going to have to do first, if I remember correctly, is going to developer options and enable it to override recovery. While on the computer here, we're going to downloads, and I want to copy that version of TWRP to, where are we, ADB, and I'm going to put that in there. So right now I've got my copy of TWRP in C drive ADB, and I'm going to rename that. I'm just going to rename that to TWRP. So usually renaming it does decrease the chance of something going wrong, so usually I always do that. Now on the phone, I want to go into About Phone. I'm tapping MIUI version once more until I get developer mode, and then I'm going into additional settings and developer mode. From here I'm going to enable OEM unlocking, unlocked, that's what we want to see, and I believe there's one other option we may have to enable. I believe it's USB debugging, so I will turn that on, accept. I believe that's all I have to do. So from here, we should be able to power it off and go into Fastboot. And let's load Edge back up and the history. And we'll just go over what it had mentioned. Which the command to reinstall it should be pretty straightforward. To flash TWRP. Fastboot flash recovery TWRP.image is what we're going to need. So I'll zoom you in down here. Remember, it's important to Fastboot you go directly into TWRP mode, or the TWRP can be overwritten. So the rest of that's not overly handy. So we're going to go Fastboot flash recovery TWRP. It's not coming up for me. Maybe I've got the icon for it. Oh, it's not there. That is disappointing. So I'm going to tell minimal AVD to reinstall, which can happen, does happen. There we go, ADB setup. Yes. Yes, yes. No. Done. So in theory, if we load up command prompt, so I've just clicked my start bar and typed CMD, right click, run as administrator. And from here I want to go to when it lets me. Go. C drive. No. ADB Fastboot. Cool, it's acknowledging Fastboot is enabled. So if I hold down volume down and power, I'm pretty sure that's the combination for Fastboot. There we go. Now from here, there's two ways to do it. I'm going to do it the safer way. I load up. If I load up here, Fastboot flash recovery, Fastboot flash recovery, and then I'm going to drop and drag over the file. That should, nope. I feel like this is not going to work for me, but I'll give it a shot. I'm going to go C drive slash ADB slash TWRP.img. Like that. And now I'm going to hit enter. Sending. Okay. That is promising. So the reason why I've got C drive ADB is the folder that it's in, and TWRP is the image that I want to put on there. Now from here, the next recommendation it's got is Fastboot boot, and then point it to that location as well. So I'm going to go Fastboot boot space C-ABD ADB slash TWRP.img, and I'll put the phone up here, and I'm just going to hit enter. And in theory, that should restart the phone, like so. So right now, total time to do that was 8 seconds. So that's about normal. Basically, if it's, let's say it goes 0.0.2, 0.3, it's more than likely not going to work. So right now from here, we have a few different options. What I'm going to do to begin with is go wipe. Actually, I want to go format data. So I'm going to go format data, type in yes. Sometimes this can be laggy, and that's going to completely obliterate everything on the phone. Excuse that one. I don't want to reboot right now. So my plan of action here is to wipe everything. I've gone yes. I don't want to reboot. And then what I'm going to do to double up on what I've already done, so I'm going to go mount. Yeah. So in theory, I should be able to see the phone on the PC side of things. So right now, that copy of TWRP that I've got on there in C drive ADB, I'm going to put that in the root directory, if it lets me. Unplug. Plug back in. Tap to C, open, here, copy, paste. Back. So I'm going to go reboot to recovery. This will also give me an idea if TWRP's actually correctly installed or not. Yep, so TWRP's correctly installed, excellent. So I won't need to worry about having to do anything there. It's going to go wipe, yes, back, back. I'm going to put this down for a second. And from here, I am going to go here. And I want to download the Xiaomi.EU ROM. So luckily for me, I've already got this downloaded. But I'll still go to the location of it and leave a link for it. So in theory, should be able to go up the top and go stable ROMs. Tell the ad to piss off, typical Xiaomi. And that should give us a link. Go to SourceForge. And I'm just jumping over to my main machine to copy the ROM over. Actually, I'll do it a different way. Further down this list, if we go Poco X3, here. This will be the ROM that I'm going to download, which is 2.6 gigahertz. I'll be back in just a second. So once you've downloaded your firmware, from here, hopefully, if all goes well, I'll put my phone down. I'm going to go to downloads, and there's my copy of Poco, or the Xiaomi.EU ROM. I'll go to the Poco, go internal storage, and try and paste it. Still doesn't want to do it. So what I'm going to have to do from here is one of two options, which we do have the option 2 on here, which would be to copy the ROM onto an SD card, put it into the phone, and then mount the SD card and install it from there. Which I think is what I'm probably going to have to do. Reboot after telling it to wipe again. No, that's not where I want to be. I want to be in recovery. Volume down and power. Volume up and power. I'm going to release power and keep holding volume up. Pretty sure that's the recovery. Nope, it's led us right back to the start. So from here, I'll have to do those steps once more. To main menu, reboot, reboot the system, Fastboot. From here I'll bring my copy of. So luckily I've left command prompt open and I can just automatically go Fastboot, boot C drive TWRP. And we'll go flash recovery once more, as you can see here. So luckily I didn't get rid of that. And now I'm going to go to the next one, which was Fastboot, boot C drive TWRP image, and go enter on that. We'll play the waiting game on the phone here. Booting, So now I should be going back into the recovery. Bingo, there we go. Now I do want to hopefully go mount. Select storage, internal, yes please. Back. Now we're showing up correctly here. So see now we've got 103 gig. I can go into here and I want to paste my downloaded copy of the Xiaomi ROM. So if I go downloads, I've got it right here, Poco X3 NFC. I'm going to copy that to the internal storage. I would like to copy that to the internal storage. I'll unplug it and try it on a different USB port. TWRP. Setting up Poco X3. Tap, open, internal, paste here. No. So from here I'm going to scrap that idea and I'm going to go an alternative route, which is hopefully also available to you guys too. Which will be using a SD card or a mini SD card and copy onto it and install the ROM from there. Bam, 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 delete, paste. And then from here I'm going to go to the phone itself while we wait for that to do its thing and eject the SIM tray. I need a longer eject tool. And eject. So I'm not sure why it's not allowing me just to go directly onto the internal storage, but I will just give it a minute. There we go, so now finish copying onto my SD card. Push that in, slide across, and I want to go install. Select storage, back, reboot, reboot to recovery. Bingo. I want to install. Select storage, micro SD card, yes, and then I'm going to click on Poco, swipe to confirm. No, my installer is corrupted. Successfully decrypt with default password. Installing, zip file is corrupt. Well, that sucks. Looks like I'm re-downloading it. So now that I've re-downloaded, rather than copied from another machine, I want to go to show in download folder. I want to copy and paste that to the Poco, internal storage, paste. No, I'll go to the other one that's there, Poco internal storage, I'll delete that one. And go paste. So now this is actually copying to the internal storage as opposed to before, which was copying to an SD card. And fingers crossed from here, you can install. So now with that copied over, we'll go back to the phone, slide to unlock, go back, go install, yep, swipe to confirm, And we are corrupted again. This is largely, well, hugely disappointing. I'm still pointing to the external SD card. Let's go internal. That's what we want to see. So I'm not sure why the SD version of the installer corrupted, being that it got it downloaded on one computer, copied via an SSD, copied onto my laptop, or copied through my laptop to the micro SD, and then to the phone. I'm just going to put this down and let it run. It may send my laptop off slightly crazy, being that for some weird reason it sees the phone as a touch input. And while that's copying, I'm just over here repairing an iPhone 8 new screen. But we'll let this all play out in real time, just so you guys know how long it can potentially take to install it. Rather than just doing a jump cut and skipping straight to the end, showing that it's finished, but with no idea on how long it actually took. We've had plenty of times where I've gone to install a custom ROM and it sat there for 5 minutes thinking about it. Just like me thinking about that. But it should get there in the end. There we go. So from here I want to go wipe cache. Swipe to wipe. Reboot system. And now here is where we also play the waiting game. I'll open up a bag of tempered glass. Judging by that, I'd say that was an non-successful install. Don't know why that failed. We'll go wipe, factory reset, back. Install, SD card, no, we want internal storage. And we'll try that again. And while this is going on, I'm going to see if there's a slightly older revision of the Xiaomi ROM. Go back. Just in case there's a particular issue with that one. we'll jump back probably one revision. Phone is still going. What else is there with these ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. G'day! So it has finished again, but I'm curious if it will go. Wipe data without wiping, da 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 da. Wipe, yes. Back, back, back. Reboot to system. I fear that it's probably going to loop and do exactly what it did. Which means I'll probably revert it to a slightly older version of the Xiaomi.EU ROM. Yep, loop straight back around, the cheeky bugger. So I'm going to wait for that other download to finish. A slightly older revision. And while I'm at it as well, it gives me the option of wiping the SD card from here. Wipe, format, nope. So we'll do the format data one more time in just a minute. Advanced, nope. So I'm just going to go up on the computer side of things and see if I can format it from there. No such luck. Partition SD card. Internal, micro, okay. No, I don't want to do that either. Nah, we'll just play the waiting game. Okay Google, what time is it? And now if the transfer to the SD card complete, I'm going to go back to wipe, I'm going to format data, I'm going to type yes, go next. Unable to decrypt FBE device. That may be the issue that I've got going on. Yeah, you may need to be able to reboot recovery to be able to use again. Formatting, If that may be my issue. Let's look that up. Poco X3, unable to decrypt FBE device. What have we got going on here? Redmi K30. So it's not looking promising. We're back to the recovery here. What do we get here? Decryption works. Sadly, it doesn't for me. So we're back, install, Gen 3, go. So now finished, and we're going to reboot. Now we're looking a lot more successful. Whether or not this is the actual version of Xiaomi that I wanted to install, or the Xiaomi.EU ROM, or if it's just somehow reverted back to the original, but we'll give it some time to start up from here. And like I was saying earlier, it does sometimes take a while for it to actually start up. Then we're probably going to end up sitting here for maybe 5 minutes or so. I'm just going to pause the video and I'll be back when something happens. So I've just finished restarting now, and it says my device is locked and linked to a Me account, which that is accurate. So I connected up to some Wi-Fi, enter my password, go activate. Oop. To mention that my Wi-Fi password's not right. There we go. Now it's happy. Now let's absolutely hammer through this and get to the end to hopefully find out we have got the EU ROM going on. Poco launcher, skip, next. Updates, I don't want updates. Let's just get to it. Don't copy. Skip, skip. He's got more stuff than freaking Apple nowadays. At this point I do feel like it's reverting back to the original. No, I don't want to sync. Next, skip, skip. Default will do. Full screen gestures. I don't want to learn them. I shouldn't have done that. Let me out. I've used the full screen gestures now for years. Shameless plug of their Xiaomi lamp. Back, skip, swipe up to enter. Let's go. Yeah, what ROM did we end up? We are successful. Xiaomi.EU 12.03. So for some weird reason I couldn't get 12.04 to working, and that's why it was stuck. So typically when it gets stuck, it's best to alternate between versions or switch versions up or down. So from there I was able to actually install it. Excellent. I'm curious if there is an animation that happens each time. No. But hopefully if you're at the end of the video here, you have successfully gotten to the end of installing the Xiaomi.EU ROM on your Poco X3 NFC, and hopefully you guys didn't have the same amount of dramas that I've had in this. I will leave them all in the video itself, purely for the fact that it's usually good education and helps people understand that it doesn't always go perfect. So yeah, I hope that helps you, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Hope this has helped you, and I'll see you later. Bye.